During the 90s, Russia experienced a surge in organized crime due to the collapse of the Soviet Union, economic turmoil, and weak state institutions. This period saw the rise of numerous powerful criminal groups. A country full of natural resources and rich of art, poetry, and everything in between came down to its knees, only to stand up and prosper by any means necessary. Let's walk through the shades and shadows of what it was to be where it is. This is criminal Russia. The rise of the Solntsevskaya Bratva. To understand the rise of the Solntsevskaya Bratva, we need to travel back to the late 1980s. The Soviet Union was unraveling, and a perfect storm of economic despair, political corruption, and social chaos gave birth to a criminal empire. It all began in a small neighborhood of Moscow, the Solntsevo district. The Soviet foundations of organized crime. Organized crime in the Soviet Union was not new. Even under the strict control of the Communist Party, a black market economy flourished. Corruption seeped into every corner of Soviet life, from factory managers stealing state goods to KGB officers turning a blind eye to smuggling. This underground economy set the stage for gangs like the Solntsevo group to emerge. During the late Soviet period, people needed connections to survive. If you wanted fresh meat, alcohol, or foreign goods, you dealt with criminals. These networks became the foundation for Russia's modern organized crime groups. The fall of the Soviet Union. The collapse of the Soviet Union in 1991 created an economic vacuum. Overnight, a once tightly controlled economy was thrown into chaos. State-owned industries were privatized, and a new class of oligarchs emerged. Amid this turmoil, organized crime groups like the Solntsevo gang saw an unprecedented opportunity. As the state faltered, the Solntsevo group grew. They began taking control of markets, extorting businesses, selling stolen goods, and smuggling weapons. Their influence extended far beyond petty theft. They were building a criminal empire. Key figures who built the Bratva. One of the key figures in the Bratva's rise was Sergei Mikhailov, known as Mikas. A former waiter with an eye for business, Mikhailov understood that brute force alone wouldn't build a lasting empire. He introduced a new strategy, combining violence with corruption and alliances with powerful businessmen and politicians. Mikhailov's leadership turned the Solntsevo gang into the Solntsevskaya Bratva, a sophisticated organization structured like a corporation, complete with divisions for extortion, smuggling, and even finance. Early operations and rivalries. While the Bratva expanded, they faced competition from other rising criminal groups in Moscow. gang wars erupted across the city, leaving a trail of bodies and destruction. But the Solntsevskaya Bratva's combination of violence and strategy allowed them to eliminate rivals and consolidate power. The group's use of calculated brutality, combined with their growing wealth, made them nearly unstoppable.
Yeah, hey. Нахуй этих ковбоев.
What began as a local gang had by the early 1990s evolved into a powerful organization poised to dominate Russia's underworld. The peak of power. By the mid-1990s, the Solntsevskaya Bratva had established itself as the most powerful criminal group in Moscow. Extortion became one of their primary tools. Business owners, from market vendors to wealthy industrialists, paid the Bratva for protection. Those who refused were met with violent retribution. Their brutality earned them a fearsome reputation. Even Moscow's police force was reluctant to intervene, often accepting bribes to look the other way. The Solntsevskaya Bratva's ambitions didn't stop at Russia's borders. They established lucrative international operations, trafficking drugs from South America, smuggling arms to conflict zones, and laundering billions through offshore accounts. Expanding beyond Russia. Their global reach made them a powerful force in the international underworld. In London, Cyprus, and Switzerland, the Bratva used shell companies and corrupt bankers to hide their wealth. Back home, the Bratva maintained control through fear. Contract killings became their signature, targeting rivals, disloyal members, and anyone who threatened their power. Violence and fear. The Bratva's influence extended beyond the criminal underworld. They forged alliances with powerful oligarchs, investing in oil, gas, and real estate. Their wealth allowed them to infiltrate politics, ensuring that key officials would protect their interests. Under Vladimir Putin's presidency, a new era began in Russia. The government launched a crackdown on organized crime, targeting major groups like the Solntsevskaya Bratva. While some argue this was a genuine attempt to restore order, others believe it was a way for the state to take control of the underworld. International law enforcement. Outside Russia, international agencies also intensified their efforts. The FBI, Interpol, and European law enforcement uncovered major money laundering schemes, drug networks, and cybercrime operations linked to the Bratva. Modern-day evolution. Though weakened, the Solntsevskaya Bratva adapted. They shifted to white-collar crimes, using cybercrime and financial manipulation to stay relevant. Today, they operate in the shadows, blending legitimate businesses with illicit activities. The Solntsevskaya Bratva's story is a chilling reminder of how organized crime can adapt and thrive in any environment. Their legacy remains a haunting shadow over Russia and beyond. Thank you for watching this series. Like, comment, and subscribe for more true crime stories.